Flight MH17 was shot down by a Buck missile from the 9M38 series. We can state this with certainty, partly due to the results from forensic examinations, which were conducted by a team of forensic experts from the different countries who participate in the joint investigation team. Pieces of debris from the airplane as well as possible parts of a weapon were collected in the Ukraine. These items were transported in trucks and containers to Hills Orion, where they checked whether parts of a weapon were indeed present among those items. The pieces of debris from the airplane were also checked for parts that might originate from a weapon. In Hilversum, the bodies of the victims were examined to find out whether any metal particles of a weapon could be found in them. During the examinations in Hills Orion, different parts of a missile were discovered, such as a venturi and a wing. In order to find out which missile was involved, the team collected reference material for comparison. The 9M38 series includes two types of missiles which are almost identical. The investigators dismantled several Buck missiles from the 9M38 series. In this way, the parts that had been found could be compared to parts from the dismantled missiles, and thus it could be established that these were indeed parts of a Buck missile from the 9M38 series. For the furnishing of proof, the investigation team cannot exclusively rely on individual parts of the weapon that were found at the crash site. After all, the crash site was not a closed-off crime scene, but a freely accessible area, except for the investigators of the JIT. The team had to establish whether there is a causal link between the parts found and the shooting down of Flight MH17. For this reason, it is crucial to have conclusive evidence available to prove that those parts had not already been present at the site before the crash, or had been left at the site after the crash by third parties. Such evidence was also found. We will show two relevant examples of this evidence. The warhead of the 9M38 consists of an explosive core and a sheath of preformed particles, which are dispersed with great force by the explosion. While conducting post-mortem examinations on the bodies of the cockpit crew, several of these particles were recovered. Moreover, one of these particles found shows traces of glass on the surface. Research carried out by the Netherlands Forensic Institute has shown that this is the same type of unique glass that is used for cockpit windows of a Boeing 777. This means that the particle penetrated the aircraft from the outside, right through the cockpit window. Furthermore, a ball of twisted metal was found in the groove of one of the cockpit windows. This ball of metal appears to be part of a missile of the 9M38 type. The shape, dimensions, and milling traces on the metal match exactly the same part of the Buck missile that had been dismantled by the investigation team. The fact that the metal ball was distorted proves clearly that it must have been shot into the window groove with great force. Partly based on these results from the forensic investigation, we can deliver convincing evidence that Flight MH17 was shot down by a Buck missile from the 9M38 series.